30 because it's still on 355th in Alaska. 25th with Cleo's. Cleo's actually that little stop there.
Okay. Yeah, some good friends with their Myrtle Beach. I was in the 76 today.
This is the one, the A1A D Sky Raider. This airplane was designed right after at the end of World War II, and it flew on Korea. I think it came into service in '51 and flew all the way into the '70s, '77. And this have to be the ultimate piston engine, radial engine driven airplane. It's a big single engine airplane, and it sounds beautiful and it flies beautiful. This one it says Uncle Ho Nightmare. This is the Lone Star Museum in Arlington Airport, Texas, Houston, Texas. I've flown this airplane, the Piper Cub, and I was flying this once with a friend, and we saw a pool full of girls, so we decided to go around and circle around it. And I stuck my head out of that little window, and I lost my Ray-Ban sunglasses, $150 sunglasses. I'll never forget that day. It was very fun. It cost me a lot of money. This is the version of that airplane in military colors. It is the same airplane, same as this one. It's called the L4 Grasshopper. The difference in between this one and that one and the yellow one is the year they made, and the few details change, like the position of the seat belts and weight balance and the glass. If you notice, it's a glass on the back, and the other one does not have it. They don't have a round looking rear window, while this one has more glass to it, more ways you can see out of it. This is the military version of Stinson. I did flew the Stinson, this airplane right here, and it is handful to fly on windy day with that tail dragger there. That is the B-17. And let me see if I can get the telephone on the right angle. They call it the L5 Sentinel. And it was the one that I flew was a civilian, the Stimson 105. The only difference is the rear. That rear section is not glass on top of it. It's just canvas. This is one of my all-time favorite, the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt is a big machine. It's a fighter machine, fighter plane. But it has the wings short. If you notice, you know how short those wings are. So it's very maneuverable. And they have big guns. You got 8 machine guns. This one is being rebuilt. And of course, we have the mighty B-17, Boeing B-17. And this one is the G model. This is the airplane that flew in the European war the theater of World War II. It is a big airplane, but relative small compared to today's airplanes. This is the Thunderbird. And what made this airplane little was that bomb sight. If you notice, I get below, you see that glass. It's really hard to see, but you see that glass right there, a little aperture, and that little aperture there is where the bombardier flying the airplane from this side control the airplane. And they have two 50 caliber machine guns. They call it a flying fortress. Many people die flying these airplanes. This is the Dauntless, if I'm not mistaken. Let me read. Yes, it is. Douglas SBD Dauntless. This was a Navy dive bomber. This is a Bonanza. I've flown many hours on these Bonanzas. Twin engine Bonanza is what we call it. And this model is the Baron, the B-58 Baron. They have different variations of this same airplane. It is a very nice flying airplane. I really enjoy flying these airplanes. They have the Twin Bonanza, the Baron. This is a model of an aircraft carrier. This Dodge, I remember when I was small, it was a farm near us, and they have one just like it, and they cut the bottom, so basically it was just the front end. The rest was just like a flat bed, and they use it to haul all kind of stuff, that like grass for the cows and all that. But this is the first time that I've seen a complete car. Never seen it before completely. This is the bomb sight. What made these airplanes lethal was the bomb sight, the way they aim. It's called the Doolittle Raider Special Delivery. Doolittle was a general. I met the guy in 1980 in Warner Row in Florida. Warner Row in Georgia. I landed and we were at the HBO in bad weather, and his airplane was there. He was with a few people talking, and I was able to speak to this man. And at the time, I didn't know who he was. After we finished talking for about an hour, and everybody went separate ways, the fellow running the FBO told me, "Do you know who you were talking to?" And I told him, "No, it was a very nice old man." And he said, "That was Jimmy Doolittle." And I learned all about Jimmy Doolittle. And at the same time, on the same trip, I met Ted Turner. And he flew these airplanes into Japan. Actually, the airplanes, they are not designed to fly off aircraft carriers, but the ship will move forward, and they fly about 70 miles an hour. They are able to depart about 70 miles an hour. So, they have to generate like maybe 30 miles an hour forward. So the ship moving, the wind over the bow of the ship, and they have to generate just a small amount of power to lift the deck, and that's how they did it. Of course, they all die. Well, not all die. Many of them die, and they were captured and executed. But some of them did survive, including Doolittle. Jimmy Doolittle to me is one of the, in aviation, military aviation, one of the most influential person ever. Him and Lindbergh. And if you notice old film, Lindbergh and Doolittle, they spoke very differently. Very differently than anyone today. Today they just trying to shine and play for the TV and try to be superior, and they really don't have the quality that these people had. These people were humble and down to earth, and that is why they accomplish so much, because they live in a real world, not a make-believe world. Now look at the camera on this wind, how thick it is. It's amazing how the carry capacity of this B-17. I can actually touch it. I like to touch airplanes so I can brag about it. Hey, I touched this airplane, I touched this old airplane. And many airplanes that I have touched throughout the years, they have tremendous historical importance. This is how they used to carry the bombs on a little buggy.
Trying to set some kind of record. Right. All you're gonna do is just make yourself mad.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I can get you some of these.